Wokeism, that's horrible. I mean, it's borderline mental issues, I guess I would say.
This is an ideology that I call the woke army. It is an ideology of activists who are going through America's school districts and our communities, and what they are doing is a threat to democracy.
So yes, we fight the woke in the legislature, but we also fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the bureaucracy, and we fight the woke in corporate America. Our bottom line is we do not surrender to the woke mob. Florida's where woke goes to die.
Does defense getting more than $800 billion, are there areas that I think they could be more efficient in? Yeah, eliminate all the money spent on wokeism.
And if you don't know what you are and you can't see what's going on right now in front of our eyes, it's something's definitely wrong with those individuals.
I remember when the term woke just simply meant being a little aware of your surroundings, being aware maybe of history and understanding maybe how society and politics and the government works around you, understanding how the corporate influence impacts the political process, things along those lines, or maybe even self-awareness. But nowadays, when Republicans say woke, it basically just means anything that isn't Republican, anything that isn't MAGA or Ron DeSantis or part of the GOP, as we just saw with this guy who literally didn't know what to say. You know, I mean, if you don't know who you are, if you can't see what's going on around you, what's going on around us? I mean, there's plenty of stuff happening, but what does it have to do with woke? What does our economic issues, our education issues, our healthcare system issues, even our southern border issues, what does any of that have to do with quote unquote being woke?
To me, woke is going out of your way to please everybody around you, and to accept any ideology that they feel is comfortable for them. And so I don't think that that's how we're supposed to live our lives. I think you should let people do what they want to do, but I shouldn't be forced to have to accept those things, and we should all be able to just live how we want to live. That's what I feel woke is.
No, that's just called being a pushover and not having boundaries. That has absolutely nothing to do with being woke. You know, when you don't have boundaries, you typically say yes when you want to say no. You end up getting used by people because they feel like you won't tell them no, or you know, maybe you allow people to come in and out of your life however they please. You know, you find yourself doing things that you really don't need to do. That's just being a pushover. That has nothing to do with being woke. And again, I definitely agree. You shouldn't be a pushover. You absolutely should stand up for yourself. But what is being aware of the truth or history, or again, how the system around us works? How is that a bad thing? How can that possibly be a bad thing? Because these people, the same ones who call everybody else woke, they feel as if they're on to something and they see something no one else does. They feel like they understand how the system works. So wouldn't that make them woke? I guess not.
How would you define wokeism?
Let me start here. Yeah, I'm not good at defining woke. Okay. Let him do that, but yeah.
Woke is accepting everything that is evil. So, for instance, monster cans. Each line represents a 6. So you got 666. And then if you look on the monster can itself, in the O of the monster, it has a cross, and it's got, represents the Antichrist. So when you drink it, you've got the cross coming down. And that's...
so that's wokeism, yes, sort of in a nutshell.
Yes, in a nutshell, it's accepting everything that's evil as good.
Yes, it's obvious to anybody with any passing glance at American society these days that the woke mob is trying to indoctrinate people to worship the devil through Monster Energy drinks. That's clear as day, because there's a bunch of lines that if you add them up, make some bull, and when you drink it upside down, you turn into a an idiot, apparently. And also, let's be honest, that guy is not drinking Monster Energy drinks. That guy is a Monster Energy drink. If I had to personify monster drinks, I would draw that dude. So, can we find somebody else being asked by Michael Schur what wokeism is? Is there somebody a little bit more reasonable, maybe? How about the lady standing next to him?
Could you have another example of when you run into wokeism?
What they're doing with the schools.
Like,
and the children.
What kind of indoctrination? I'm asking you just for specific.
Like to graduate high school in Stevens Point. I mean, I have it on my phone. It's talking about gender issues and issues that shouldn't even be discussed in school. And pushing young children. If it were up to my granddaughter, she would be a dog. and they would be letting her crawl around on the floor and identify as a dog. Until 2 weeks from now, then she'd be a cat.
I'm sorry, what? So maybe the problem isn't the schools. Maybe the problem is that you're crazy and your granddaughter is now crazy by proxy through heredity. Also, your granddaughter doesn't want to be a dog or a cat. And you're just making that up because you're crazy. Maybe there's hope for your granddaughter. If not, I don't know. Life's going to be very rough for her out there. Sorry about that. That pun was in honor of my dad.